everyone, it's Rich here. I am back once again with another First Impressions video. I am so sorry that it has been a while since I've delivered content. Unfortunately, there have been a lot of things going on in my personal life that I have been getting through, plus I've hit a little mini writer's block. I haven't been able to put out much content, scripts, but I'm still doing the frequent collaborations. But just know that I am okay, I'm doing fine, my health is okay, everything is just chaotic right now in the year 2020, so that's pretty much nothing new, but nevertheless, I am here to give you guys my first impressions on the newest death battle between the Reds and the Blues, aka Red vs. Blue, from the original series that started Rooster Teeth, Red vs. Blue. And before I actually continue, I do want to give a little bit of a Rooster Teeth plug, even though I am not obligated to and I'm not sponsored by them, but I just want you guys to go ahead and support it. Please go and watch the newest episode of Red vs. Blue Zero, aka the pilot/premiere. If you love Death Battle and if you love the 3D animations, then Torian, the 3D animator for Death Battle, has directed, animated, and pretty much worked on this new series/spinoff. It is an amazing start so far. I'm very excited to see where it goes, and I really would like to talk about it if I ever can put something together, but until then, go give it a watch. It is free to see on Rooster Teeth's website, and the next episode will also be free to watch on their website next week. So, with all that being said, let's just go ahead and dive into this death battle. Now, at first, I was generally very excited about this fight. I think that the idea of finally putting the Reds versus the Blues in a death battle was a great idea, and I was a little bit saddened to hear that it got delayed, but I understood why. That being said, though, I still somewhat maintained my excitement for it, but it just slowly died down, and I unfortunately had to lower my expectations. So, now that I finally have seen this episode a total of 3 times, all I can really say about it is pretty much a Red versus Blue episode that has death battle elements in there. And while that may seem or sound like a negative at first glance, it really isn't if you're a hardcore Red vs. Blue fan. If you're not, then this will either get you into the series, or this will just make you feel alienated, which I generally would prefer Death Battle not to do, since not everybody is going to be hooked on something immediately, or if this fight is just completely done in the style of the property that it's representing, then you run the risk of alienating everybody on the other side. And that's exactly how I think this episode is going to be when we look back on this season. Now, I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination it's bad, it's just you have to be a fan, or you at least have to have seen the first 10 seasons of Red vs. Blue to know what they're exactly trying to do here. And the biggest example of that has to be the humor. Now, I really want to commend the writing for this. They nailed that early humor the show used to have back in the day, whereas future seasons would kind of be all over the place in terms of its writing, but nearly not as bad as Ruby's writing. Oh man, I'm gonna get hell for that. Anyway, I also really liked the animation. I felt like it was a great style to have it just be in that standard format that we all loved the show for. There wasn't any intense action, no insane camera tricks. It just felt like hey, they just took that alternate ending from one of the earlier seasons and they just expanded upon it. We got to see some cool kick-ass moments between Sarge, Tex, Caboose. It was all great. The humor was on point. Again, going back to the writing. The voice acting was also very well done. I'm so happy that most of the cast got to reprise their roles as these iconic characters, except for Tex and Sheila and Caboose. Unfortunately, they have either all quit or were fired or just couldn't come back. So that is why they didn't even bother getting new voice actors for Tex and Sheila. But I'm at least happy they did get Caboose's alternate self's voice actor to now play main Caboose. And I gotta say, he did grow on me at first, but the more I look back on it, I do unfortunately miss Caboose's original actor, as he just nailed that character. He was that character, but I get it. You have to give someone else a chance with these different portrayals of said character. So it's really not this guy's fault. I think he did a great job. It's just he really felt like he was trying so hard to fill those shoes. And I say he didn't need to, but that is just me. The action was also pretty great. I loved the bit, the opening with the warthog. I thought that was very well done. Even though anticlimactically it led to Simmons' death, which, yeah, Simmons is the first one to die. That was kind of weird. Lopez and Donut just show out of nowhere. Hell, Lopez actually had some badass moments. Donut had a great funny line, but everything else just kind of fell into play there. The music by Darewolf Media, it sounded like a typical Red versus Blue track that would have probably been in an episode. Again, nothing wrong with that, but compared to the track that was put out for the Meta versus Carolina, yeah, it's probably obviously not going to be as good. Everything else about this episode, other than that, is just, well, it's above average, and it's probably the most decent episode I think we've had. It's very much its own self-contained thing, and therefore it's probably going to hold up better if you're a Red versus Blue fan. If you're not, then you're probably just going to throw this episode to the wayside, which I wouldn't recommend. I think it does have some unique charm and qualities to it, but I can see where everybody who isn't on this side of the fandom wouldn't agree to that aspect. Other than that, it really was just harmless filler, in my opinion, and that's nothing against it, but clearly I feel like this episode was just a way for us to kind of sit back, take a break, and just have a good, entertaining time. And in that regard, I really enjoyed this episode. I watched it, like I said, 3 times. It really, really was great to see this cast come back. It was great to see the old school animation. The track was great. I just loved this episode overall. So I really don't think I can give it a score because, well, it's not a stereotypical death battle. It's not even a traditional death battle. At least with Meta versus Carolina, it did feel like they plucked those characters and they put them in the death battle world, which is probably why I think that episode holds up very, very well compared to this one, which is just going to be a deleted episode of the old series for all intents and purposes. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I am also very hyped for the next one. The next time is definitely hype-worthy. I've been wanting to see Batgirl versus Spider-Gwen for so long. I'm very excited that they're doing that, and if it is, in fact, going to be a 3D fight, well then, I think we're gonna be in for one hell of a ride. So, yeah, yeah, guys, let me know what you thought of this episode down below. If you didn't enjoy it, that's fine. I understand. But if you did enjoy it, if you're a fellow Red versus Blue fan, then let me know down below, and let's just kind of keep it civil. And overall, guys, I will see you for the next one. I hope you have a great day. You stay safe, you stay healthy, and we continue to grow this channel to go back to where it was before. So until then, I'll see you guys for the next time.